Is Iran going to shut down the global internet? Are the chances really that high? Now, the question is, how can Iran even do that? What does Iran have that could impact the entire world's internet? Well, the answer is the Strait of Hormuz. Now, you might be thinking, how can a narrow waterway affect the internet? Ships from all the countries pass through here, right? But here's the fact, this is not just an oil route, this is also a major gateway for the digital world. Because through this same route, Iran can actually disrupt internet connections across Gulf countries, Asia, Europe, and even Africa. But how exactly can it shut the connection? We'll explain that in detail in this video. Welcome to Lokmat Times. Now let's understand the current conflict situation. The US-Israel war against Iran is now in its third week as of March 2026, and because of this, Iran has already blocked the Strait of Hormuz using sea mines, which has stopped shipping. At the same time, Iran-backed Houthis are threatening the Bab el-Mandab in the Red Sea. And remember, in 2024, cables in the region were damaged, which slowed down internet between Asia and Africa, and it took months to fix. Right now, cables are still working, but they are at very high risk from mines, attacks, or even sabotage by underwater teams. Now, the most important question is, how exactly can Iran disrupt the internet? See, undersea fiber optic cables carry almost 99% of the world's internet data. And areas like Hormuz and Bab el-Mandab have dozens of these cables connecting Europe, Asia, the Middle East, and Africa. In fact, around 30 to 37% of global internet traffic passes near these regions. So if Iran wants, it can damage these cables using naval forces, proxies like Houthis, or even sea mines. And because Hormuz is very shallow, just around 200 feet deep, it becomes even easier to target. On top of that, repairs become very difficult because ships avoid these dangerous zones. Right now, there is no confirmed attack on cables, but experts are warning that if both these choke points get disrupted, it can lead to global digital chaos. Now let's understand why the Strait of Hormuz is so important. We already know it handles around 20 to 30% of the world's oil, but at the same time, it also sits on a dense network of internet cables connecting the Gulf, Asia, and Europe. So if something goes wrong here, the impact wouldn't just be on oil, it will hit banking systems, stock markets, hospitals, and even AI systems that depends on fast internet. And naturally, Gulf countries will be the first to feel the impact. Also, new projects like Jio's India-Europe Express cable passing through this region increase the risk even more. And now coming to India, how will this affect us? The good thing is that India mostly avoids direct cables through Hormuz. For example, some connections have already confirmed that their connections don't directly pass through this route. But still, a lot of our important internet traffic depends on Gulf and Red Sea routes. And we have already seen in the past, when Red Sea cables were damaged, internet services in India slowed down. So if disruptions continue, we can expect slower speeds, higher latency, and impact on data centers, cloud services, and international connections. But not a complete shutdown because the internet has backup routes. However, with new Gulf-based cables like Jio's, the risk is definitely increasing. Now globally, what happens if cables get damaged? Banks, stock markets, hospitals, all of these can face outages. We already saw in 2024 that even small disruptions force traffic to reroute, which put a lot of pressure on the system. And repairing this cable is not easy. It costs millions and can take weeks or even months. In the meantime, traffic shifts to satellites or longer alternate routes like Africa to India connections, but these are slower and limited. So the final point is, can Iran shut down the global internet completely? Well, the answer is no. A full global shutdown is not possible because the internet is highly redundant. But if both the Strait of Hormuz and Bab el-Mandab are disrupted at the same time, then yes, it can trigger a massive global slowdown and serious digital disruption.